Yeah, we're not here to harm us or anybody else. So we want to keep everything going for another generation. So something for my daughter to do when she gets older, and that's what I want to try to preserve.
You know, I think we, as parents, we just want our kids to be good, and we want them to enjoy the lifestyle, the farm that we grew up in. Being able to have kind of a slower pace of doing things and having those values and being out and going out, and she can go out to the tractor with Dad, and she can eventually hopefully drive a grain cart, and you know, get those opportunities I think are really important to our family and to our hopefully other children that we have as well.
We've been farming here since probably around the mid-1920s. My great-grandfather came from around Harvard area. They farmed over there, and then he ended up moving over this way. But he bought some ground and started farming here. And this is one of the original, this place is already homesteaded where I lived, but it got purchased by him, and we've been here since 1920.
I'm originally from a small town in Nebraska. I'm up from Pender, which is in the northeast part of the state. I also grew up on a farm. My dad had a feedlot, and we grew corn and soybeans as well. So farming's been in my life since I was a child, and I've loved it, and just I'm blessed to be able to come down here and met my husband, and we now live on his family farm, which has been an amazing opportunity for us.
So a lot of times my dad and I will work together on things. But a lot of the times if it comes down to the wire for big purchases and stuff, he'll kind of make the decision on that. But we're in the middle of transitioning that. Which has really helped the Farm Bureau with YF&R is at the conferences they have people that we have brought people in that have talked about farm transitions, and that helps out a lot. I first got involved with Farm Bureau a few years ago. Our neighbor, Mark, he is on our Hall County board. And he came over one afternoon and just gave me a pamphlet on the YF&R conference in Omaha that year. I've never heard of it, and I ended up going to it. When I got done with that, Mark invited me to go to the Hall County board meeting. Then after that, I was asked to be on the board. So I got on the Hall County board and been doing that for a few years, and I kept going to the YF&R events, ended up getting on the YF&R board. So. But it's been a very good experience for me.
I mostly got involved because Josh was involved. You know, I've always had that ag connection. You know, I went to school, I studied agriculture, and I knew about Farm Bureau when I was in college. I think I might have been a part of the Farm Bureau collegiate group there at UNL. So having those connections, you know, when I come to these events, you know, I do get to see a lot of familiar people that I've, you know, seen back in college or high school or through FFA or Farm Bureau things. So it's really cool to come back to that and have that network of people that, you know, that love agriculture and that want to be an advocate for it as well.
I would have to say, for me personally, is kind of the transition phase, you know, with elder generations to go to the younger generation, because I just happen to be, I guess, a lucky one born into it. For other people, I know it's getting started. It's hard to get started for that, and I know Farm Bureau has helped with taxes. They've helped out with that for land taxes, and they've also helped with getting FSA young farmer starting loans, and that helps a lot for young farmers.
But I think in general, looking at the policies and the ones that Farm Bureau backs up and promotes and things like that, I think that's really important, and that's another thing I feel like that I've really learned while being in Farm Bureau and being with the young farmers and ranchers is the policy making and what that looks like. I really didn't have any idea what that was, so it's nice to have a little bit more of a knowledge about that. I think Farm Bureau does an amazing job of helping us determine what policies are things that we need to look at and things to help us determine what's the best thing for our farms as too.
I'm Josh England. I raise corn and soybeans, and I'm Farm Bureau proud.
I'm Jill England, and I'm a farm wife and mom, and I'm Farm Bureau proud.